Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Today on The Young and the Restless, Devin and his family celebrate Lily's return to Winters. Lily issues an apology, and Billy gives Phyllis a shoulder to lean on. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, Soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. At the Chancellor Mansion, Devin can't believe this is happening. He assures Lily he won't expect to get his way all the time and will be a team player. Lily thanks him. She says she's been thinking a lot about what she really wants. Billy and Victor talk about family legacy, and she realizes she should be building up theirs. Abby appears and they fill her in. She's thrilled. Devo wants to celebrate. Let's go. At Nate's place, he and Audra share a little toast and kiss. He tells her he could spend forever with her like this on the couch. She teases about sliding off. His phone rings and she urges him to take it. He reluctantly picks it up. It's the PI who's looking for Damien. He answers and asks if they've found his brother. He listens and says, "Thanks for the update." He tells Audra that a lead has led the investigator to Los Angeles. Just then, he gets a text from Devin, who asks him to join them to celebrate good news about Lily. Nate asks Audra how she'd feel about spending some time with his family. Audra complains, and he reminds her that she said she was committed to winning them over. He coaxes, "Do it for me." Audra thinks that's something a boyfriend would say. Are we turning into a couple? Nate knows she hates labels, but she likes spending her time with him, and they did a major holiday together. They kiss, and she agrees to go. In the park, in the dark, Sally and Billy pause their jogging session to discuss heart rates and how cold it is out there. Billy says he needed this after the day he's had. They sit and he warms her up. They kiss and suddenly she doesn't feel as cold. He teases that next time she might have to wear another layer. She jokes about him, telling her what to wear. They keep bantering as Billy says they might have to find another way to keep warm. Phyllis enters Crimson Lakes and turns around when she sees Lauren and Michael. Lauren calls her name and she says hello to her. Lauren urges her to sit down and talk it out with Michael, who jokes about the chill in the air. Phyllis says there are other homicidal maniacs to defend besides the one who killed her son's love and framed him. Michael says they all want justice to be done. Phyllis says the only way that will happen is if Sharon spends her life in prison. She'll make sure that happens. Michael chases her onto the patio and says he wants whoever ran her off the road to pay. So let's find out who it did it. Phyllis learns that Lauren told him the car she saw in her flashback wasn't Sharon's. Phyllis accuses her of betraying her too. Michael tells Phyllis they all just want the truth. Phyllis knows the truth and won't be cross-examined by Sharon's lawyer. Michael's looking out for her as a friend. She could be charged with obstruction of justice. Phyllis argues that he's acting like her enemy. Michael says demonizing him won't help anything. He reminds her she cruelly put them through a memorial service for her. She thought they were past that. Michael says they are because they forgave her. Standing up for her didn't win him any friends, and now he's doing it for Sharon. He urges her not to make things harder than they already are, and to tell him the truth. At Society, Abby tells Lily a story from the honeymoon about Devin trying to touch a sea turtle and accidentally petting a tiger shark. Devin gets a text from Nate saying he's coming and bringing Audra. They all groan. Lily says she's abrasive and off-putting. Devin offers to say no. Lily wants Nate to know he has her support. Devin guesses they'll need a bigger table. Nate and Audra arrive and they all sit. Audra asks about Devin and Abby's honeymoon. Lily jokes that Abby nearly came back a widow and adds that it's an inside joke. Abby asks about Audra's job search. She says she's weighing her options. Nate asks what the good news is about Lily. Devin says she's joining them at Winters. Nate is tickled. Abby asks what made her decide to return. Lily admits it was hard to let go of Chancellor and getting used by the Newmans, but she realized that she could accomplish everything she wanted to do at Winters. She was focused on the wrong legacy. "I want my dad's legacy to live on." Devin says Neil would be proud and happy that the three of them are doing it together. Lily knows she can trust them, and that means the world to her. Devin grins. "Welcome back." Abby thinks Nate is getting emotional, and Audra says he's a big softie. Nate doesn't know what the ladies are talking about, but he appreciates what Lily said about family. He shares the news that he's searching for his half-brother. Lily's excited. Nate admits it's had him thinking about his dad, checking in with his mother, and grateful to be working alongside his cousins again. They all share a toast. Audra suddenly tears up. Nate asks, "Now who's the big softy?" Audra claims she has something in her eye, but then admits she got a little emotional. Feelings aren't really her thing, but all their talk about family just got to her. Abby asks if she's close to her family. Audra says no. She hasn't had much of a family since she was a kid. She thought she was oak with that. She is oak with that. She wipes her eyes. You guys are all just so lucky that you have each other. Audra, wanting the opinion of herself, proposes another toast. Who would have thought that I would be the one warming up to you guys? And you would be the one to warm a little piece of my heart. They all share a toast to the Winters family. At Crimson Lights, Phyllis tells Michael she knows he's trying to get Sharon acquitted. He'll lose her friendship if he does that. It's done. Lauren protests, and Michael tells his wife she doesn't have to defend him for doing what's right. Michael and Lauren storm out, and Billy walks up to Phyllis to ask if she's okay. Phyllis says she just realized that two people she thought were her friends clearly are not. He asks, "What's going on?" Phyllis says she has new ideas about bringing Victor down. She'll buy him a drink. Billy says Sally already got him one, so he will meet up with her in the morning. She says it can't wait. Billy knows she's upset and wants to use him, and the plan to go after Victor as a distraction. Phyllis thinks he'd rather have a scotch with her than a hot cocoa with Sally. Billy won't let Phyllis run down Sally. Phyllis doesn't think she can give him what he needs, which is to take Victor down. They have nothing in common except that Adam and Chelsea trample on their hearts. Billy won't give her the fight she's looking for. He assumes this has to do with Sharon. She complains about Michael defending Sharon. Billy tells her she has to let it go. He says goodnight and rejoins Sally. Phyllis follows him inside, and he tells her goodnight again. She walks out. Sally shoots Billy a look. Everything oak. Billy says Phyllis is looking for a friend right now. Sally asks if he needs to go be with her. Sally asks if he needs to go be with Phyllis. Is he worried she'll do something she regrets? Billy says she's always judged the same way he is and seemed desperate. Sally tells him they'll meet up later. Go be a good guy. I'll wait up for you. At Nate's place, Audra tells her boyfriend a funny story Devin told her about him. Nate can't believe he took her into his confidence. Audra thinks he was just trying to embarrass him. It's kinda cute. They banter, and he realizes she had a good time tonight. You took a giant step toward winning over my family. Audra mocks herself for getting emotional. Nate would like to see more, and know more about her family. Audra's not proud of where she came from. Nate knows about her alcoholic father. Her mom was distant, cold, and an enabler. There wasn't a lot of sentiment. Nate guesses that's why she's so driven. Audra says it's also why she's not good at the whole emotion thing. Nate gets wanting to push down painful memories. He didn't think much about his dad until Amy showed up. He's thankful Neil and Malcolm helped fill the gap, but it's not the same. Talk turns back to her situation. Audra tries to focus on what's in front of her. He asks, "Do you like what you see?" She says, "Very much." They kiss. At Society, Lily is sitting alone at the bar when Phyllis comes in and orders a scotch neat. Lily hopes she's feeling better. Phyllis is feeling great. Out of the hospital, out of my job. Now she can help her son grieve full-time. Lily's sorry about her losing her spot at Abbott Chancellor. Phyllis remembers she gave her grief about it at the time. Lily admits it didn't work out for either of them. They were both bounced out by Billy. Phyllis says she bounces back. I always do. At the Chancellor estate, Devin is on a high over Lily coming back to Winters. Abby's sure he has a to-do list for her in his head already. She's glad to see his smile, and they kiss. Devin credits Abby with having a hand in making it happen. Abby says Audra said it perfectly. It's a family connection. They marvel at Audra's emotion tonight and admit she was more tolerable than normal. Devin questions if it was real. He's not sure he buys a softer, kinder Audra Charles. Abby asks if he really thinks it was an act. Devin has a problem trusting her. Abby asks, what would be the point? Devin says that's true, but it's possible she was trying to impress them to pull Nate in even deeper. At Nate's place, he likes seeing Audra with her guard down. Audra doesn't know if his cousins feel safe around her. Nate appreciates her putting herself out there for them. She teases, don't get used to it. They kiss and watch the fire. At Society, Lily apologizes to Phyllis for lashing out at her when she was really mad at Billy. She shares that she reached out to Daniel, and told him to call if he needs anything. Phyllis thinks that's sweet. Lily says they all got burned by Jill and Victor. Phyllis says being hospitalized made her realize being part of Jill and Victor's reindeer games isn't important. Lily reveals she's going back to Winters. Just then, Billy appears. He tells Phyllis he's glad he found her. Lily senses they have things to discuss and says goodnight. Billy orders a scotch and remarks on Phyllis and Lily sitting down together. He apologizes for pushing her away earlier. Phyllis admits she could use a friend.